Hello and welcome back. Well, it's time for us to talk entertainment, and the usual suspects are here. There's Emmanuel Sapon, who happens to host 30 Minutes. He's a co-host of 30 Minutes, as well as City Countdown on Citi TV, as well as the Ahonfe Diaries. And Kwame Danzi, who is, he's related to Ghana Weekend.
You can say I'm the owner of Ghana Weekend.
Yeah. Good morning, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
How are we doing? Today?
We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're good.
We are good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening?
No, you have the filler. You have the filler.
So, I think last week we came here to talk about the strides Black Sherif was making with his song Kwaku the Traveler.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But it seems like Kwaku will have to be facing the dance and the music of
the travel is noisy.
Yeah,
the journey is hard.
He has to be returned back to face the court. But long story short, his embittered CEO or former CEO of or what we'll say the investor has sued him because it's alleged that he breached a contract. And so a writ was served, or a writ was given, and pictures of that writ were captured online, and it's got many people talking now. One of the things that actually has started the conversation is the injunction they are looking to, obtain or acquire from the court, and that is to restrain or restrict him from performing his songs, and also any revenue that comes out of his streams, royalties, whatever. The court is supposed to appoint a receiver to take the money in his stead until the 9th of May, which is supposed to be the date of the hearing, so that we'll know what really happens after that. So basically, Black Sherif, some will say he's in hot waters, others will say it's the right thing to be done, because if you think someone has breached a contract, the best place to go to court. Okay. So that's why we are here.
Some say he's in hot waters, others say it's good to test the waters.
It's good to test the waters. Yes.
The water, whatever the case may be, there's water.
Exactly.
Yeah. So can we take a look at the
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes.
I think we have it.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-page writ, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it is.
Yeah, but
So
we can
there
take
it is.
this one is okay.
Okay.
Because,
Let me see if I can pull it up from my...
Okay,
so
so-
Shadrach Ejewu, so that's the name of the plaintiff.
Yeah.
The investor.
The investor, said investor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's the plaintiff.
Yes.
And he's suing Mohammed Ismail Sherif.
Yes.
That's Black Sherif.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're in court. He's been served.
Yeah.
So, but what does it mean, though? I mean, because the court, and it's stamped the High Court, right?
Yes,
So,
High Court, yes.
yeah. So, because the court has served him, it means he has to put everything on hold.
he has to appear.
I mean,
in court. I
mean prior to the date of,
Right.
of the
I
court
wish
sitting,
you-
which is the 9th.
Yeah, you read that.
yes.
The 9th of
So
May.
let me just read the notice here.
Yeah.
So it says that. So I submission number 1 says an order of injunction to
Can you
restrain
start from
So
the
it
top
says
there?
please take
Please
notice.
take notes,
Okay,
yeah.
please take
that
okay.
this honorable court.
will be moved on this day, which is the 9th of May 2022 at 9 a.m. and the forenoon or so soon thereafter, as counsel for the plaintiff or applicant may be heard praying this honorable court for the following reliefs. Okay, so one of them, or starting with an order of injunction to restrain the defendant or respondent, his agents, assigns, workmen and associates from performing at events or entering into agreements to perform at events or otherwise exploit his music and image without recourse to the plaintiff or applicant. 2, an order for the preservation of all funds that has accrued to the defendant or respondent from online streaming platforms and other revenue sources. That would include royalties or radio stations, TV stations, whatever. And 3, an order for the appointment of a receiver to receive any and all funds that may accrue to the defendant or respondent from the use and exploitation of his music and image. So what that means is if you're a brand and you are using Black Sherif's music or you're using Black Sherif's image, there's an order to make sure that Charlie, all the monies that you're going to give Black Sherif, a receiver will be appointed to receive the money. And the last one says, any further order that the courts may deem fit. I love that part.
The very last sentence is very important.
The last is answer the final determination of the matters in dispute and on the grounds contained in the supporting affidavit.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Can you
I'm not a lawyer, so
just refresh our memory. How did the relationship between the investor and Black Sherif come about, such that we've gotten to this point?
Yeah. So before the release of so after the release of the second sermon, right?
Second sermon. Yes.
This gentleman called Shadrach,
Chavez.
Owusu.
Snap.
Okay, he owns a company called Wayne Chavez Snap or Consult. Is it Snap or
So
Snap?
the investor is called Snap.
Snap,
And
but
his
the company is
called
Wayne Chavez
Consult.
Consult.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to him, he signed a record label or if you like a management deal with Black Sherif, so that he would be investing his money into his craft. He would do the recordings, the promotions, the productions, and everything, marketing and everything for him. And so they, according to him, they had a contract for 5 years.
Right.
Have we seen any
Yes.
sign of
Nobody
it?
Nobody has seen this
We
contract.
haven't seen the contract.
We got to know of this through somebody who claims is the personal assistant to him. His name is Kwekwe Christo. So he was all over media platforms explaining this to the media. And so he said that there was an agreement between Black and then the Wayne Chavez. At that time, we didn't even know of this particular guy called Shadrach. He had not spoken then, but now he's out with this rate. And so the contracts required that they would produce songs, music. Then it got to a time, according to, long story short, according to Kwekwe Christo, it got to a time Black Sherif and his people were not given the kind of acknowledgement that Chavez deserves to him. Why? Because they went for interviews, and anytime they mentioned who is behind you, it was just Black and his core team. So Black went into the agreement with his core team, and the team is called the Road Boys Association. So from day one, these are the guys who have been supporting Black Sherif as in road management, PR, everything. These are the guys who from day one have been with Black Sherif. And so the agreement with Wayne Chavez Consult, the guy, the Shadrach guy, and then the Sherif's guy, was that they would work together. So the core management team that Sherif brought will work together with
the investor.
So the investor will serve as a business manager.
Business manager. But it got to a time, according to these road boys, the investor was interfering in their role as managers, road managers. They were supposed to have gone for all the bookings of shows and everything. But this Shadrach guy stepped in, took over everything. We have not seen the contract, so we may not be able to tell.
We can't speak to it.
Yes, whose role is to
even
book for
if there is a
shows
contract.
even if. And another thing is,
because Kwekwe Christo has been going around, but never at any point in time did he show any evidence
okay,
that
I
he was
think
actually
in one interview, I saw him.
I think he showed the documents.
I didn't see it. So I don't know if it is real documents or I don't.
But you kind of like showed something to Damaya.
Because I mean, this has come out very quickly. Everybody can see it. So if truly there was some kind of contract that exists,
we should have seen that.
we would, you know.
Maybe when they go to court, they will settle that. But I have this feeling, you know, it appears people think that artists or most artists are ungrateful, you know. When they get investors who help them to get up there, they don't acknowledge them, you know. People have mentioned Famiye and Ogidi Brown and other people. But I believe that, you know, in as much as we want people to invest in the arts, when you're coming in, you need to come in by understanding the space. You know, you don't just come in because you have the money to do it. I think that this Chavez guy is somebody who wanted to help Sherif with his money. You know, he's not somebody who knows how to operate a record label or a management outfit. Okay, so I've always said that if you want to get into the music business and you don't have any idea, you get people on board, you stay back, just push the money into it, you know. But I think he wanted to take over everything. But the question is, the supposed Wayne Chavez consort, was it really a record label?
And when was it incorporated?
And why is the label not mentioned even once in the rate?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the individual.
It's an individual.
Yeah.
That's it. And what contract did they really have? Was it a management contract? Was it an agreement of, okay, let me give you this amount of money, so I take that?
Yeah.
When everything, so I've been thinking about this since the rate came out, but I think that this will serve as a test case, if you like, for the art industry. Most times both investors and the artists don't do due diligence to things that they go into, as in contracts.
Yeah.
So yes, we can't discuss the merits of the case as of now, but all we can do is to wait for them to go to court. But I don't know. I need clarity. Are they saying that he can't perform his songs now because from the rates, it appears rather that they are waiting to go to court on 9th May to talk about these things mentioned.
I mean, I spoke to...
This is an application, right?
Yeah.
3 points,
Yeah, so they can do whatever they want till the 9th.
Yes.
I actually spoke to an entertainment lawyer, and he
Yes.
says that, let me just quickly pull this out so that people understand. Because
Yeah, so basically, I...
okay,
It's a bit complex,
so basically, so just for clarity's sake, according to this entertainment lawyer, Chavez or Shadrach has sued Black Sherif in his personal capacity because the agreement was between two individuals, not an individual and an entity. So just one.
So Crystal lied. So Crystal lied.
Yes. So that's another thing that if we have time we'll talk about. And the injunction application hasn't been moved yet.
Okay.
Because it's set for 9th May.
Yes.
Now what that means is the court hasn't heard arguments on it.
Good.
Not yet.
And Black Sherif and his team, which is RBA, they have time to file an affidavit in opposition.
Yeah.
Okay. It is only when the court hears it that a definite decision can be made. So from now to 9th of May, Black Sherif's team could either get a lawyer, file an affidavit of opposition. But in that space from now to 9th of May, Chavez consort or Shadrach is actually pushing that the court to give an order so that a receiver would take the monies,
all the monies that they make
are going to be accrued from now to 9th of May. So if that order is passed and given, then the receiver, if not, Black Sherif still earns his money.
But the interesting thing is that they're not going to court till the 9th.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where the excitement is going to be.
On a lighter note, though, so Black Sherif is in a fasted mood.
Right.
His song is all over.
All over.
And they decided to separate at this
All
time.
over.
At this time.
But that's why.
That's why.
Because he sees
But some people are
bus
saying
rolling
that Sherif had a chance to have solved this issue earlier on when it came up at first.
Well,
No, but who says it was an issue to be solved?
Well, closer sources actually say that they wanted to settle this out of court because it was an issue of I've put money into this guy,
right,
and I'm not making my money back. So
Wait,
the team.
Wait.
But
so
they didn't
it's like-
produce any
No,
songs.
so now he's like,
wait. The question-
now the guy's blowing up.
No,
I want my cut.
So concrete. The question I have is, if you say you put money into this guy, how, where, what?
I mean, like I was saying,
What was the
the team was
investment?
like, you know what?
What was
Okay,
the
fine.
investment?
If you put money into this guy, let us know how much you put money into this
So we
guy,
pay-
so
so
that we pay back.
With
Right.
interest, it's okay. We'll pay back.
And I'm told that the same guy said, nah, he wants to take it to court. So that's why for some of us, we are excited because whether you are on that side or this side, it's a case study for all.
Yeah.
Because if it does go to court and there's no settlement out of court and does go to court and the court hears both sides and the court deems it fit that Black Sherif is right and he deserves the right to be autonomous, cool.
Yeah.
If he thinks that all the court thinks that the investor needs his money back, cool. That's where everybody learns from it. There's a lesson and there's a blessing regardless of how you look at it.
Yeah.
But I have advocated that they should take Sherif out of the context and let him focus on the music.
Yeah.
And let the team, face each other in court. Because, it gets to a point where it affects the individual because he's very young. He's like the 20
He's
years
20.
or so. Regardless of how he looks, he would
He's
definitely
20.
be. The last time he tweeted something he put something on Twitter and people were actually paying attention to what he said. He said, every morning I wake up, I fight for my life. You know, and we've come to talk about mental health in the entertainment space, and people think that these things are something to toy with. It's not something to toy with. So I would just admonish that we pray for him, wish him all the best, and also wish the investor all the best, because if it goes south, it's going to be fun in this country.
We all have lessons to learn from this.
Great
lessons.
And also, if you are putting money in an artist, please sign. Put some
contracts. Like lawyers should be there from the beginning.
All these things, it's not healthy.
It's not necessary. I hope they can solve this out of court, though.
Because
even if they solve it out of court, the documentation will still be there.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping too.
Yeah, to show that this is
jamboree.
Because
so let's wait,
gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The host of Unfair Diaries. Well, thank you very much. We will take a short break and we'll be right back to Ngwene.